This is The Wire for 1700 Zulu, December 27th, 2023. Precedence is routine. Information cutoff is 1600. Bottom line up front. Maersk allegedly resumes shipping in the Red Sea. The United States border crisis deepens. Beginning with international events. In Central America, drought conditions in Panama create worst delays seen yet for ships transiting the Panama Canal. Analysts comment. As a reminder, the drought in Panama has been ongoing for months, causing delays for all ships transiting the choke point. Ironically, the region saw better than expected rainfall during November, which has alleviated the problem significantly. However, over the past few days, the lake that feeds fresh water to the lock system, essential for the transit of ships, has been too low, causing more delays. In the context of global shipping routes feeling strain, this is important to note as the cost increases incurred by shipping companies will be passed on to the consumer. In the Red Sea Horn of Africa region, the U.S. Central Command has announced that the USS Laboon, DDG-58, and aircraft from the USS Eisenhower, CSG, shot down 12 drones, 3 anti-ship cruise missiles, and 2 land attack cruise missiles yesterday. These engagements come as Maersk announces the resumption of shipping through the Red Sea. Analysts comment. It is unclear as to if Maersk will actually be resuming shipping through the region. Ships have been scheduled to make the transit over the coming weeks, but doctrinally speaking, the adversary always gets a vote in future plans. Yemen has demonstrated their ability to target ships in the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, even with substantial U.S. Navy protection. If commercial ships begin to resume normal operations in the Red Sea, we will see an increase in targeting as Yemen has learned valuable anti-shipping combat experience over the past few weeks. In Gaza and Israel, the war continues as before. Israeli operations have expanded in Gaza as the fighting becomes even more brutal on both sides. Attacks from Hezbollah have intensified in the north as rocket attacks become more numerous and frequent. Hezbollah has also demonstrated the ability to regularly target locations deep inside Israel. Analysts comment. Though details are sketchy at best, some sources indicate that Hezbollah has targeted Iron Dome missile defense sites in Capri with laser-guided munitions. If these reports are true, the munitions in question are probably Basir 155mm artillery shells of likely Iranian origin, which itself is a copy of the old Soviet 2K25 Krasnopol system. Though unconfirmed reporting is not definitive by any means, if this is true, this would be both a substantial escalation of the conflict in the north and also likely the first operational test by Hezbollah of these advanced weapon systems. On the home front in the United States, the border crisis deepens following another surge of illegal immigrants during the Christmas holiday weekend. Some media outlets are reporting, via confidential sources, that around 30,000 illegals were detained over the weekend. Analysts comment. Though independent verification is not possible yet, these numbers are in line with the severity of the latest illegal immigrant surge. As a reminder, almost all of these detentions and apprehensions are temporary and do not result in immediate deportation, but rather transportation deeper into America's interior. Analyst comments for this wire. The conflict in the Red Sea is the epitome of the age-old idea within the field of insurgency. The Houthis only have to be lucky once. The U.S. Navy has to be lucky every single time. If the U.S. Navy and other coalition vessels cannot provide reliable protection for commercial vessels, the global maritime community will eventually respond. Even the highly manipulated financial markets, which have not responded appropriately to the crisis, cannot remain grounded in fantasy forever. In due time, missile shortages are going to catch up with the U.S. Navy, shortages that are not present in Yemen. Though obviously not comparable to actual combat, the war on the information front remains intense with regards to the conflict in the Middle East. Even the most carefully worded news reports are no longer enough to prevent censorship and the loss of one's livelihood, resulting in the cessation of reporting for many people who realize nothing can be done to stop what's happening. Conversely, pro-Palestinian demonstrations have intensified in Europe and the United States in direct response to events in Gaza, causing civil unrest concerns in most major U.S. cities. In the United Kingdom specifically, many of the issues caused by the conflict in Gaza have been conflated with immigration issues, as most of the pro-Palestine demonstrations have been attended largely by immigrants. This concludes The Wire for 1700 Zulu, December 27th, 2023.